as much as I love Kobe Bryant, what he did tonight was total BS.
Amen.
And Kobe starts texting me, calling me motherfucker, asshole, you son of a bitch. And I mean, like, and this goes on for like 2-3 hours. And I said, yo, man, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Fuck you, motherfucker. Go to bed. And it says he texted me probably 20 times. And it was just motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker.
大家好，我是文伦。今天带来的影片是老巴 Charles Barkley 的访谈。老巴还是一如往常的全面，他会分享一些关于人生的心灵鸡汤，比如说有人批评自己时该怎么处理。
He says, young fella, take a step back. He said, the first question is it true? I said, what? He says, when somebody says something about you, even if it's negative, it can be true.
Right.
一些所有人都知道但不敢说出口的真理。
You can get away with saying what you want to if you're great at basketball. If you suck at basketball and you honest, they're gonna come get your ass.
也会分享他作为一个前球员怎么处理跟现任球员的关系。其中他特别提到跟他在媒体上有几次公开冲突的 KD， 还有跟 Kobe 一次很搞笑的吵架。话不多说，我们马上开始。
Especially KD, Kobe, guys like that, they're all-time greats. But the only time I've ever gotten mad at those two guys, because me and Kobe had this thing one night. Remember that game when he wouldn't shoot? Mm-hmm. We had that game that night.
I remember seeing that.
And Kobe starts texting me, calling me motherfucker, asshole, you son of a bitch. And Jack, it was one of the funniest things ever. So we got that game. And I said, yo, man, as much as I love Kobe Bryant, what he did tonight was total BS. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't shoot. I think he took one shot in the second half. And I was like, I didn't like that. Ernest said, what do you mean? I said, he was trying to prove a point. They were getting their ass kicked. He don't have a lot of help. I said, but that's what separates him from Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, when he played against the Celtics, he's like, no, I'm going to get 60. Kobe was trying to prove a point. I didn't have no help. So he starts texting me after the game. So, we get off around 1, 2 in the morning. He texts me like 25 times, calling me every name in the book. And I'm texting him back, yo, man, pick up the phone and call me. No, fuck you, motherfucker, fuck you. But that's bullshit what you said. We go big. I mean, he called me and this goes on for like 2-3 hours. And I said, yo, man, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Fuck you, motherfucker, go to bed. And it says he texted me probably 20 times. And it was just motherfucker, motherfucker. And we see each other like months later. He's, man, I'm sorry. I said, man, you know what? It's all good. You allowed to vent. We hug each other.
That's basically what he was doing.
Yeah. And then we hugged each other, and we were always cool. But it's never personal. Mm-hmm. I just didn't like what he did that night.
老巴这里讲的 Kobe 不出手闹脾气的比赛，发生于2006年对太阳第一轮的第7战。很奇妙的是，这场比赛并不是大部分人对这个系列赛的记忆点。在提到这个系列赛时，大部分人记得的是第4战的2个经典画面。湖人在第4节剩下8秒时落后2分，而且没有球权，但在一次成功抄截后，由 Kobe 投进了追平球。接着在延长赛剩下10秒时落后1分，而且一样没有球权，但靠着一次成功的防守争取到跳球的机会。之后 ，Kobe 再次上演了绝杀。湖人在取得这场不可思议的胜利后，在世界赛取得3-1领先，看起来非常有希望以第7种子之姿大爆冷门淘汰第2种子的太阳。不过他们接下来接连输掉第5战跟第6战，而 Kobe 在第6战的出手高达35次，虽然命中率是相当不错，35投20中，但因为湖人连输了2场，再加上他是 Kobe， 被媒体猛烈的抨击。关键的第7战 ，Kobe 上半场1分钟都没有休息，13投8中，豪取23分。但湖人除了他的球员，全队加起来只有30投9中，22分。湖人在第1节打完就已经陷入17分的落后，而曾经无数次在这种劣势中拯救球队的 Kobe， 在下半场却非常的反常，几乎没有进攻欲望。Kobe 下半场总共只出手了3次，没有投进任何一个 field goal， 最后只靠罚球拿了1分。第3节打完，湖人就已经落后达到25分，是少见的没有任何强度的第7战。最终，湖人以121-90、31分之差被太阳淘汰。 成为历史第8支在3-1的优势下被淘汰的球队。科比在下半场反常了几乎无进攻欲望的表现，让许多球评在赛后纷纷跳出来指责科比。他们说，科比在球队最需要他的时候闹脾气，只为了证明他的队友真的太差了。他大量的出手也是迫不得已。我们先来看看老巴当年是怎么说的。
Why did Kobe Bryant take 3 shots in the second half?
I think he was being very selfish. I think he stopped shooting because he wanted to say those guys didn't help me. Because normally, if they had to get down by 20 points, he would try to take over. He was not aggressive at all. He was not shooting the ball. He did it a couple of years ago when they had Shaq. He wanted to prove you guys can't do anything without me. But the truth of the matter, he was very selfish. Hey, those guys played very well.
所以这段老巴指责科比自私，在闹脾气，想要证明队友太差的对话，就是当年科比暴走的导火线。而科比个人之后的说法是，湖人跟当年联盟的夺冠热门太阳有不小的实力差距，如果想要以下克上，就必须依靠团队战力，只靠他一个人是绝对打不过的。这件事最后当然是没有明确的结果，只能靠个人主观意识判断。不过既然都已经过了这么多年了，老实说，我觉得其实也不是很重要，只是觉得这个老巴跟科比互骂的故事很有趣，很科比。接下来，老巴将会提到另一个常跟他有争论的球星 Kevin
Durant。KD kind of have an interesting back and forth. When you guys see each other in person, is it, how is that situation a relationship? Or is there one?
He's always been cordial to me. Mm-hmm. I'm always going to be cordial to him. He's taken some shots at me, and I've taken. KD doesn't get. Okay, so what I said was, I said KD is a great, great player. He is a great, great player. He's sensitive, 100% sensitive. But what I said, and I stick by, I said KD is a great, great player. But he's going to have to win a championship without the Warriors to get the old heads' respect. And I said, and I used the analogy, I said, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest ever, said, I had to win a championship without Shaq.
Yep.
LeBron says, I had to win a championship without Dwayne and Chris. The rules are already there. Mm-hmm. Just because you don't want to follow the rules, you can get mad and call me names. I'm just going to tell you, the way me and the old heads, and we talk about it, we're like, hey, KD's he's a really great player. But he's going to have to win a championship before we put him up here with these guys. And I said, Kobe Bryant has said it. He said, hey, I had to win a championship without Shaq.
It's just simple. KD won a championship on his own. People just going to look at him different.
Totally different.
That's just how it is.
And I said, and he can get mad. Mm-hmm. He can call me names and things. I said, hey, KD. I said, and LeBron, as much as I love LeBron, I said, yo, man, we ain't going to give you flowers until you win one without Dwayne. Mm-hmm. I said, you join them and y'all won. And he says, I had to win one without Dwayne. That's like, yeah, those are the rules. And you can get mad when guys say it. I'm like, but those are the rules. Mm-hmm. It's like my rules. Hey, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but I'm in a different wing than the guys who won the championship. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I'm still in the Hall of Fame, though.
I know, but I'm saying, though, Jack, hey, I understand. Mm-hmm. I understand the rules. Like, Charles are great. Karl Malone's great. Patrick Ewing's great. They're not at the table with Magic, Bird, LeBron, Kobe. It's levels to this shit. Mm. And I ain't mad at that. I understand that. Mm-hmm. Now, if I could have won a championship, I can go across the room. But the rules are the rules. We have to play by the rules. And this ain't got nothing with motherfuckers on TV who get paid to talk shit. Mm-hmm. We talking about players.
Right.
We talking about players. We understand, like, yeah, hey, I'm not at the table with Bird and Magic and those guys. Hey, yeah, am I a great player? Yes, I am. I understand that. But there are levels and there's tables to this thing. Steph went up last year.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, he was already in the room. Mm-hmm. He got to come over, like Isaiah Thomas. He like, yeah, okay, Steph, come on over now.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on over now. I said, like, okay, because AI, Isaiah, John Stockton, those are probably the 3 best little guys ever to play the game. Mm-hmm. And Steph was an all-time guy, but now he gets to move over like in the Isaiah category.
Yes.
Yes.
但我非常同意老爸在这段对 KD 历史定位的看法。我认为就球技来说 ，KD 绝对是够资格跟 LeBron 还有 Curry 争夺后 Kobe 世代联盟第一人的宝座。但别说是 LeBron 了，目前看来 KD 的历史定位连 Curry 都还没追上。我认为，除非他在太阳的生涯后期至少拿下3次冠军，不然是完全无法跟这两人相提并论的。KD 在2016年选择加入勇士时，就注定了自己的历史定位有一定的天花板。当时我对他的看法是，除非28岁的他能在生涯剩下的10年左右拿下6、7座的冠军，在总冠军数量上大幅胜出 Kobe 跟 LeBron 两人，否则他永远会被世人质疑投靠敌军，加入单季胜场纪录球队，历史地位也因此大打折扣。16到18年间，除了火箭能稍微抗衡外，勇士几乎是秋风扫落叶的横扫全联盟，轻松的拿下2冠。19年因为一系列的伤病，让勇士跟 KD 错失拿下3连霸这个能大幅提升球员历史定位的成就。但当时仅30岁，有2冠在身的 KD， 还是有时间接近甚至超越 LeBron 或 Kobe 的历史地位。之后的 KD 看似选择要拿自己的冠军这条路而离开了勇士。虽然会有人质疑他到篮网要是跟 KI 组队，但至少他的地位明显高于 KI， 他是队上的大哥，篮网是他的球队，而不是在勇士要因为投靠浪花而被打折扣。但大家都知道，篮网的组队实验是 NBA 最失败的例子之一，4年间风波不断，而且只赢了1个系列赛。在 KI 今年被要求被交易后，我一度认为 KD 终于可以摆离场外的风波，专心带领球队拿冠，提升自己的历史定位。但没想到他不到2天就也被交易，而且据说还是自己要求的。已经34岁，再次前往超级强队的他，看起来已经放弃拿自己的冠军这条路。这也注定了他在老球员跟至少一大部分的球迷心中的历史地位无法再有太大的提升。也许他是经历了这几年在篮网的不如意后心急了。也有可能就如他当初选择加入勇士一样，他就是不在意外界对他的看法。老爸跟他的好搭档 Shaq 是美国现在名气最大的2个球评，一部分原因是因为他们幽默风趣，让很多人喜欢；另一部分则是优雅的球员生涯，让他们说出来的话更有说服力。但也因为他们是前球员，在批评现役球员时，总会有人认为他们是倚老卖老，甚至是出于嫉妒现役球员或担心自己历史地位被超越而对现役球员特别刻薄。我自己是认为，有时候 Shaq 确实让人感觉有点对人不对事，但老爸整体来说都还算客观，而且他似乎也很在意媒体的责任，这个在强调流量的这个世代常被某些媒体人忽略的价值观。
Kind of a common theme in the media right now, obviously former players transitioning, but then there almost being a disconnect between former players and current players based off what former players are saying. Is that sensitive players? Is that sometimes you guys feel like because you guys are greats that you can talk, Shaq calls it G14 classified conversation. Like, how do you feel that is right now?
Well, number one, that's a great question. Today's players hate anybody who say anything bad about them. But the first advice that I left out of that story taken by Dr. J, the first thing he said to me, because I was pissed at some guys that said some things about me. He says, young fella, take a step back. He said, the first question is it true? I said, what? He says, when somebody says something about you, even if it's negative, it can be true.
Right. You just might not want to hear it.
Yeah, he says, don't get mad every time somebody says something. Like, first of all, they're doing their job. Mm-hmm. That's the media's job. Like, there's some guys I hate, number one, who, everybody know I hate Skip Bayless. Because I think he deliberately, when you're on television, it's a very powerful thing.
Right.
People in Idaho, Nebraska, South Dakota, Maine, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, they're like, well, this guy said it on television. Right. I believe it.
So it must be.
It must be true. So I'm very careful. Dude, I never talk about people's personal life. And, you know, and we've had some conversations about people's sexuality. I said, I don't comment on people's sexuality. I got plenty of gay friends. Mm-hmm. I got plenty of transgender friends. That's off limits. Mm-hmm. And I'm never going to answer no questions like that. But I said, I'm never going to get in their personal business. That's not our business. But my criticism, or if I say something positive, it's going to be 100% on basketball.
Right.
But there's guys I watch on television, I say, oh, he don't like that guy.
You could tell with the emotion.
Yes, mm-hmm. I said, that ain't right. Mm-hmm. Your personal opinion should never matter. Mm-hmm. Should never matter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he said to me, when somebody says something about you as a player, the first question is it true? And these guys today, if they hear something negative about them, they just gonna react. And I don't get mad, but I never go back at them either. Because the way these lightweight media people, like they love when y'all go back and forth.
Yeah.
They love when you go back and forth.
Yeah, so they looking for it.
You see what Charles said about this guy? You see what he said back to Charles? You see what Charles said to him? I said, yo, man, don't get those lightweights no ammunition.
That's the only talent they have.
That's the only talent they have.
这段老巴提到他认为身为媒体人的道德跟责任，他说媒体人的影响力是很大的，所以应该要有基本的道德观念，不要整天为了一点收视率刻意引战或传播假消息。这段我当然是完全认同，但是后面他提到的私生活部分其实是一个非常模糊的地带。以这2年被骂到臭头的 KI 不打疫苗事件来说，严格说起来，这是 KI 自己的选择，也是他私生活的一部分。如果以老巴的标准来看，真的只评论篮球，你可以不认同 KI 个人的行为，但力度应该跟一个平凡的你不认同的人一样，不应该因为 KI 是个出色的篮球员就特别被放大。你顶多只能说他因为私事不上场非常不敬业，但跟为什么不能上场不应该有关联，但显然并不是这样。至于他后来提到的该不该把个人情绪带入评价一个球员，就比较见仁见智了。毕竟有些群众就是喜欢听情绪化的发言，更何况个人情绪本来就很难定义。在 A 眼里完全情绪化的发言，在 B 眼里也许是客观的事实，最终只能依赖媒体自身的良心跟更重要的观众的水准去自然淘汰这些无良媒体。接下来老爸将会说明他的这些价值观从何而来，为什么在电视上讲话总是这么直接。
Because my first few years in the NBA, nobody talked to me. Then at the end of my second year, I started having success. My third year, I think I made the All-Star team, and it was so they started coming to me, and I really wanted everybody to like me. And then I was like, I was trying to answer every question politically correct and blah, blah, blah. And I pulled Dr. J aside one day. I said, Doc, I'm having a hard time. He says, yeah, this is a very, and him and Moses probably were the two great influences for me, talking about like Moses got me in shape. But Doctor, he says, now this is a very slippery slope, trying to answer every question and not make him or her not making them mad. And he says it's impossible to do that. He says, so you're gonna have to figure out how you want to handle this. He said, you can try to make everybody happy, or you can be honest, but with honesty come repercussions. And I tried to do it the politically right way in the beginning, and then I was like, I'm still getting shit from other people.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest. He says, now they're gonna be coming for you. You better be great at basketball, but you can get away with saying what you want to if you're great at basketball. If you suck at basketball and you honest, they're gonna come get your ass. And I'm like, okay, I better be great at basketball. So when I was sitting with Mr. Ebersol at that meeting, he says, what happened to make you be honest? He said, I tried pleasing everybody and I realized I couldn't. And you guys know it's impossible.
Right.
Somebody mad about something.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, so I said, I'm just gonna be honest and straightforward. And people get mad, fuck them, they get mad. And I made that decision to just be a straight shooter. And he says, you're gonna be great, but you're always gonna be in trouble because people gonna get mad at what you say. And that was kind of the turning point in this whole thing. And like I say, people get mad, and I've lost friends, and people get mad, but I can say this, I've never said anything on television personally about a person. I look at the situation, I try to be honest, I try to be fair. I've criticized the good ones, I've criticized the great ones, I've criticized the bad ones, but I actually I can honestly say, I think I've been very fair, especially as a player. Even when I have to criticize a player, I try to be fair about it.
以上就是今天帮大家带来的老巴的访谈。那这个访谈呢非常长，总共有2个小时。如果你喜欢今天的影片，请在留言区让我知道，我会根据各位的反应决定是不是还要回顾这次访谈的其他内容。今天的影片到这边就结束了，谢谢大家的收看，我们下次见，拜拜。